What it do, y'all? Welcome back to another vlog. I'm sitting here. Let me put y'all right here. I'm sitting here making me some breakfast, y'all. Yes, I am making me some breakfast before I go to work. So we made monkey bread the other day, and so I'm eating the remaining parts of the monkey bread. And I'm gonna have pancakes, two sausages, and I'm making my eggs now. And then I'm going to relax with my little baby. He turned 7 months on yesterday. If y'all don't know what today is April the 15th, y'all. It's tax time, y'all. It is the final day for taxes, okay? Anyways, y'all, if y'all are coming in, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If y'all are new here, welcome. I know that we got some few new family members, but if you are returning, hey girl, hey boy, hey cousin, hey sis, hey Bookie, whoever is logged in, tune in. Hello, good morning to you. It is 9:18, y'all. Before I get into everything, let's go ahead and run this intro, y'all, and I'll be back. So, as y'all know, today is Monday, and it is Mental Health Monday. I'm gonna try to get this video up today, so therefore, I gotta have a topic to talk about. So, the topic to talk about today, it's a lot of things going on in my life. Let's start off with, you cannot run away from the drama in your life. And let me explain. So, as I said on the last live that I did, I came out here because I felt as though I needed a break from reality, a break from everything. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was running away from my problems. And I only say that because I was running away from my problems because it was a lot of stuff going on back home, and I haven't spoke on it because I've been trying to save face for whoever, and also for the people that's involved. But at this point, y'all, it is time to stop running and face the music. Some of the things that I'm gonna say, like, I had these conversations with another person that's involved. I've already shared these conversations. So at this point, it is what it is. I'm not finna start being afraid of what to say, how to say it, whatever. I'm almost 30, okay? At this point, my truth is my truth and everything. So let's go ahead and start backwards. So me coming out here was because of a certain turn of events. Some of it I cannot speak about because, again, some of the things are legal matters. But it was an issue with one of my family members, and as far as divorce is concerned, and I was supposed to be living with my grandmother back home, and it didn't work out. Let's just say it didn't work out without getting into too many details. I was angry. I was bitter. I was scorned. I was just trying to understand, why me? After I try to help people, after I get a shirt off my back, why did I get blindsided and get left in the dust? Is how I felt, right? Everybody asked me, hey, why you didn't go stay with your mother? Why didn't you go stay with your mother? My mother was not in a position to help me because in my mind, I needed her to help herself with her personal situation. If y'all know, or if y'all not new, or if y'all are new here, then y'all don't know that I talked about this many a times. Back when my mom was sick, there were some issues going on with my stepfather. And I literally took ownership of those feelings because I'm an empath. I took ownership of a situation that was not completely mine, that wasn't my own. And I feel like I had to in that moment because my mom needed me. She was sick, she was going through. However, the backlash that I got from my mom at face value to me was she gave me her left cheek to kiss. It's how I felt, because she was more concerned of, in her mind, of how to fix whatever their marriage or whatever they had going on, that emotionally I was on some shit like, listen, if you want to deal with that, you deal with that. However, what I'm not finna do is I'm not going to keep getting dragged in it and then getting disrespected at the end of it. So until you fix that situation, don't call me. That's how I was, okay? Now, when this whole situation came up, it was, oh, yes, go live with your grandma so that you can save money, because me and my husband wanted to buy a house. Now, I'm not going to say that things don't happen for a reason. God knew what he was doing, because I have been going through turmoil since 2017. And it has been continuous turmoil. And I felt like I could not get no break. I could not get no break. I could not get no break. Leading up to now. Everything, I feel like everything that I went through for the past 6 to 7 years have been for this season, for this moment. So when you look at mental health, and in the midst of all of this going on, I was diagnosed with bipolar depression, and I was under high dosage of medications at the time. This was back in 2020. Still, while going through the turmoil of my mom's own situation, still trying to take up for her, be her protector, because I've seen my mama go through so much in her life, you know. But that wasn't my fight. But I did not realize it until now that I had became angry at my mom for even putting herself in that position to go through those things, and then come at me with attitude. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it was drag down fights. Not drag down fights as far as physical, I mean verbal arguments between me and my mom and her husband. Like, I mean, it was dragging, okay? To whereas when it came to this situation with my grandma, and she was just like, okay, something came up, it's not going to work for you to stay here. By this time, I had gave up my apartment back home. When I called them back and said, hey, can I release my place, they had already put it on the market, and somebody else was already scheduled to move in. So now I'm stuck. I had quit my job at T-Mobile to become a stay-at-home mom. I had went back on the Rise platform to, you know, do what I needed to do as far as working was concerned, because over the years it was, oh, I can watch a child. Oh, no, I can't watch a child. Oh, I can watch a child. Oh, no, I can't. And me personally, the way my anxiety and everything is set up, I cannot continue to do with that. So me, I'm the type of person like, okay, I will cut you slam off. I have blocked family members. I have even blocked my mama. I've blocked my biological father. I've blocked my stepfather. Because who has time to sit there and deal with all of these things? Who has the mental headspace capacity to deal with all of this? And I'm sharing this story to say, if you guys have any type of toxic type of relationship with family, I'm here to tell you, it's okay to cut it off. You feel me? It took me a long time to forgive my mama. It's honestly not even the cap with y'all. It took my mother coming down here while I was pregnant for us to really sit in our mess and really talk it out. Because my mom is the type of person, like, once she doesn't want to hear something, she shuts down. And I'm trying to get her to understand, like, you can't shut down when it's the truth of my feelings. Like, yes, you have your side of the story, but this is how I felt, and this is how the situation affected me as a whole. Because I felt like while she was too busy going through, wasn't nobody being there for me. And yes, my stepfather was so wrapped up into his ego of whatever the hell, how he felt of dealing with my mama being sick. He should have been able to be there for me instead of being self-absorbed and only just saying, why him, because he wasn't the only person going through it. And I don't really speak on my stepfather a lot because out of respect, but it's just a whole lot of stuff going on that I have to come to realization of my own healing. I can't continue to protect people in situations where it had affected me. And the only reason why I feel comfortable in talking about it is because, like I said, I already talked to my mother. We have been working on trying to get our relationship together. But I just needed her to see, why didn't I choose to come live with her at the time? Now, if I spoke on it before, but my stepfather was struggling with addiction. And so that's why I chose to not live with my mom when all this stuff went down, and my grandma said, hey, you can't stay here right now, blah, blah, blah. I said my mom wanted me to come live with her, but I was so angry and pissed off that, Mom, you're allowing stuff to happen that you never allowed in my life before. And even though I'm grown, I'm not finna start now. I'm not finna start subjecting my child to the BS. So I ended up, which in a way, now I realize like me ranting and venting to my platforms can sometimes be a blessing and a curse at the same time, so to speak. I'm going to continue so you can understand. So I put on there that I was stressed and I don't know what I'm going to do, this and the third. Now, another family member, I'm not going to say who, but another family member reached out to us and was like, well, y'all already know because y'all already know who I live with. But my in-laws reached out to us and was like, hey, y'all can come on down here to Texas, blah, blah, blah. And it's okay, just digress. And I jumped on the first thing smoking because I was so mentally discombobulated and so mentally, I want to say, withdrawn and disconnected with my family members in Virginia that I was ready to just say, forget everybody, don't talk to me, don't act like you care, whatever, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what basically I did. And I just came out here. And for the first couple months, it was a breath of fresh air. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Y'all know that I had an episode, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to get too in-depth into that situation either because it's not even worth it. They're not even worth, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's just say things hit the fan when I came here. People can show you one way and turn around and be totally different instead of communicating. They was talking behind the back, and instead of like I told y'all in the last video, when it was things that this is supposed to be a group discussion, it will be singled out. Then I tried to change, try to stay on top of whatever I had to stay on top of, all the while going through my own mental mess and going through I don't even want to say a mental breakdown, but that's what it was. I was already going through a mental breakdown, and people was piling more BS on me after telling me they was going to help me. You know what I'm saying? So, in a way, I felt like, why did I even come down here? Why? Why did I come here? Why did I even try to escape BS? You feel me? Because now it's more BS. You know what I'm saying? And then I moved out. Y'all know I went to Fort Worth. And I went to my family member's house. And same thing. Everything gonna be alright. You can get on your feet. Do you have a plan? Yes, I have a plan. I'm trying to get out by May. I have bills packed up to my back. I can't get an apartment right now because of these certain bills and these certain debts. Now, here I was, y'all. Y'all saw me working 2 and 3 contracts, DoorDash, Amazon, Flex, all that stuff to try to make ends meet while my husband was on the road. that ended in assumptions and saying that, hey, I feel like you're getting too comfortable. And I told y'all every vlog, I'm not comfortable in nobody else's space. That's why half the time I did not post vlogs during that time. I was never comfortable in somebody else's space. I was working that much because I was trying to get out of the situation. One thing about me, I'm not a slouch. You feel me? I was trying to get out. Okay? I was trying to get on my own because that's what I'm used to since I was 18 years old. And the perception that my family member had of me was I was jumping from house to house. No, sir. So, like y'all saw, I ended up in the extended stay. Okay? And once I ended up in the extended stay, every dime that I had saved for those months that I was getting into a good spot and I was paying off all my bills was gone. Just like that. Just like that, y'all. It was bananas. It was gone. Okay? So my husband said, I'm not finna have you out like that. Come on the truck with me. And we went on the truck and y'all saw how that unfolded. We was literally on the truck. Literally all of this happened in the time span of a couple of months. We moved down here in July. Moved out of my in-laws' house in September. Moved in with my family member in September. Literally moved out of there in literally I want to say October. So I wasn't even there that long. I was there for all of a month and a half to 2 months. You feel me what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was a miscommunication because all of the communications between my family member didn't really come through me of my situation that I had going on where I was. It came through my grandma, that side of the family. It came through there. Nothing was really directed with me as in how did I get into the situation. Nobody took the time to understand how did this situation happen when I had my own apartment in Virginia, right? Now I'm living in something that I've never lived in before. This is when God tested me, y'all. He tested me in the situation of homelessness. I've never been homeless in my life, y'all. Never been homeless. Never jumped from house to house. Never. My child always had her own room. I've never. You know what I'm saying? So think about it, y'all. Now just getting diagnosed 2 years prior of bipolar depression. Then going through all this turmoil. I almost lost my mom during that time from 2018 to her remission in 2019 to my bipolar diagnosis in 2020 to now all of this stuff going on. And now here he is in 2022 after having almost felt like 2 good years. Then 2022 come up and I got to get up and go. Feel what I'm saying? So it was just back. Now, not even saying my own marital problems that I was having at the time too. Yes. So we was having issues. My husband was stressed about our situation moving down here. And I just literally told him, if we cannot respect each other, if we can't stop being verbally abusive towards each other and emotionally abusive, then we need to go our separate ways. We need to either communicate or get lost. You feel me? So when I came out here, I said, listen, we separated. Maybe we need this time to really focus and own in on why did we get married? Why do we love each other? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one, I always told him I want our marriage to work, but I'm not one to just stay together for the kids. I'm not one for that, okay? Now, it took about, I want to say, a few months. And once that whole situation happened of me moving to my family member's house and then moving to the extended stay, that's when we was like, listen, we done been through too much together. We gonna reconcile. And we started the process of reconciling. I started going on the truck with him when we had met Shout out to Mariah. When we had met Mariah, she was helping me with Journey while I was in Fort Worth, because I felt like I did not have nobody else to depend on. So shout out to Mariah, girl. I've met some down people here. I've met some down to earth people here. I've met I think her name was Lexi. Yes, so I met a nice young lady named Lex out here. Listen, we went through the whole whirlwind. Like, God will put people in your life at the perfect time when you're struggling, when you're going through something. And then sometimes your testimony can be ministering to somebody else. It was a drive-through prayer. I never forget. I was so distraught of, I had to go through this. Now I had to get out my family member's house, and I was stressed. It was a prayer, drive-through prayer at the local church, like right down the street from my family member's house. And I went through there, and I just got out the car. I ain't know where to park. I just got out and broke down. Everybody just came rushing and started praying for me. I felt the spirit of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know how you stray away and you don't talk to God often. I was in those moments and I did not know what to say. You know what I'm saying? And so they started praying for me, and I had started having a testimony of how I had journey and how I was struggling with infertility, not knowing that Lex was going through the same thing. You feel me? She was going through the same exact thing. She was having infertility, and I prayed with her. She prayed with me. And I said, this too shall pass, and a baby shall set forth for her, right? Not even knowing, y'all. Not even knowing. But I'm going to get to that. But then we got on the truck with him, stuff like that. Like I said, I ended up getting on the truck. Then we got a call from my in-laws and was just like, hey, we don't really like y'all situation. Because I was the type of person, listen, I'd rather be my husband, my child, before I even go through any of the drama that I ever went through ever again. I'm a type of person, if I feel like I'm a problem, I'm going to separate myself. And more of the story, we ended up back with my in-laws because of, don't want to really be on the road with my child like that, and wanted her to be stable and stuff. And we ended up setting that goal. We was going to move out, and creating that goal of moving in May. Once we got back to my in-laws' house, I found out I was pregnant with him. So like I said, God put stuff in your life at a certain time and place. Like when I say my pregnancy, I was stressed out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was stressed out. But now, adjusting to being a mother of two, God has granted me so much peace that passes all understanding. And now I understand why I had to go through everything that I had to go through. Because once I got into this place, once we moved here, I was able to sit back and say, go through my struggles and my traumas and really sort through all of that. And really sit in my mess to why I was so angry, why I was so, feeling like, who cares about me? Why did I start feeling like that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm still working on myself, and I'm still working every day, but I can tell you I'm much more happier. I haven't had a lot of crying days. And y'all, when I came from having him, I was diagnosed with severe postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. Y'all know that I haven't had a crying spell in months because I am getting the peace and the clarity that I need from these situations, that I know how to move with these people. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it could be the most person could dog you out, could be your own flesh and blood, but it's up to you to stay angry. It's up to you whether or not you want to forgive them for your own mental health and for your own sanity. Because let me tell you, staying mad would drive you crazy, y'all. It would drive you completely insane. And then you won't be right in your mind to even function because you're so angry. You so angry. And honestly, y'all, I was driving myself crazy. I had to realize that forgiveness is not for somebody else. It's for yourself. And I'm only telling my testimony of how I overcame the homeless situation because I feel free. I feel free. I feel free. And y'all know, and I only told this story, y'all, to let y'all know where is the moving location to. This is why I told this story, because this is how much God has granted me peace in this situation, because this is a place that I said I would never go back to because of all the hurt and the pain that I felt like, you know, loved ones there had caused me. But to let you know where we going, we're moving back to Virginia, and that's the only reason why that I told this testimony, because I'm gonna walk in the faith that knowing that when I go back, it doesn't even matter. I don't even have to deal with the same people. I don't even have to deal with, you know, the monotony of everything and everybody. I can stay to myself. We're gonna be moving on the side of town, up in the corner. Like, we lived over here before, and you know, not really everybody really came and visit us, which is fine. But I could just be in my own peaceful space and get my own mental clarity back in order, because being an empath, you can be empathetically exhausted, meaning that you're just showing empathy, you just giving that out. And you know, when you give that out, you giving off your own energy, people feeding off your light, you know what I'm saying? And so if you don't take care of yourself and get your rest and do your own mental work, you can be mentally exhausted and drained and feel like I'm not even capable of doing what I need to do for myself and my family because of this and this and that. And so that's what I'm learning as well too. But I just had to come and share y'all this testimony, y'all, for Mental Health Monday, to let y'all know I am in a much better headspace, y'all, than I have been in the last couple of months. These last 2 years, I feel like, even though I said, why did God bring me out here? I feel like this was a test for me. And I can say that I won this test and I won this journey. And when the devil tried to break up my marriage, I came out swinging, and we came out swinging to restore our marriage. And, you know, anything that anybody could say did not work. So I felt like I conquered Texas. I conquered living in a different state. Because when we was trying to move to a different state before, all we heard was, oh, y'all not going to be able to move. Y'all not going to be able to be out there. Y'all don't have nobody. Y'all don't have nobody. Like, literally, I feel like the reason why my mom had to come is because of me being sick. I feel like if it wasn't for that, we would have been able to survive without my mom coming down. Because we making it work now. Like, yes, we're preparing to like separate, because like I said, my mom is staying here, so we're preparing to separate. And so we done made up a routine that now when we go back home, we have a village, but now we're learning, like, we don't have to lean on our village just as much, because like we're coming up with schedules what works best for us and things like that. Like, all of this shows me that I could do this. I was scared at first of, how can I be a mom while my husband is away on a truck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just going through all these motions, like, oh, he's a truck driver. I've never really been without him. Like, this has taught me a lot about being self-sufficient and, like, really just focusing on myself and my kids. Like, yes, I love my husband, but I needed to do this for myself. But yeah, y'all, I had to share that testimony, y'all, and to let y'all know that, yes, it is okay to go through things. It's okay to be upset, but forgive those people for yourself. And if it's not for the other person, forgive them for you. You know how people just beg, like, oh, please forgive me, I'll never do it again. Yeah, you could forgive them, but forgive them for yourself. That don't mean that you gotta fall victim to the BS that they serving you on a platter. And with that, y'all, your girl is out. This has been a Mental Health Check Monday, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please click the like button if you felt something and you got something from this message. Please hit the subscribe button and join the family for more videos like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know when your girl come back for another video. And your girl is out, and it's We Are the Garys. Say it's We Are the Garys. You want some eggs? He looking at the eggs, y'all. I'm probably gonna have to warm back up because I've been here talking, but I just had to come and share this with y'all really, really quick for the Mental Health Check Monday, and I love you guys. Bye.